clear idea of where it's going, and the threats of sanctions and even airstrikes don't seem to be too worrying or even too surprising to it. And what is happening in the course of all of this is that this government that I don't particularly like, that the other side of the panel doesn't like either, is becoming more popular through this confrontation. Is that going to discourage them from seeking nuclear weapons? I don't think so.
Okay, we're going to go to a gentleman at the side there who's been waiting some time.
My question is simply to the panel members who are for the motion. The motion was, does the House believe that Iran poses the greatest threat to security in the region? Well, would you not agree that the greatest threat to security in the region is already here? And that's the U.S. and its so-called allies who are creating havoc in the region, and thousands upon thousands of innocent lives are being taken in the name of faulty or so-called intelligence, which is currently being used to make the case against Iran. Thank you.
Nazanin.
Once again, I ask of you to take Palestine, to take Lebanon, to take the nuclear issue, and to take Iraq. Now, there is one, unfortunately, regime that is trying, it's in its benefit for the instability to continue in these areas. Why? Because as long as Iraq is unstable, as long as there is no solution to the Palestinian cause, the regime in Iran can go on and blame all its troubles, all its ills, on an enemy outside, and without taking care of its major priority, and that should be the people of Iran. For now, it's using and diverting attention from the problems that it's facing inside to those problems outside, and it will continue to do so. Do you not think that if there was a stable Iraq, that it would be to the benefit of the United States? Do you agree or not? Of course, because they could pull out their...
Let him say whether he agrees, rather than you answer it for him.
We talk about the stability of Iraq, but prior to this invasion, Iraq was somewhat stable. I think that it goes even further that, you know, because of the ineptness of perhaps the leaders in the region for not seeing to the needs of the people, that left a gaping hole for the U.S. and its so-called allies to come in and exploit all the territories. And need us not forget that, and I am a U.S. citizen, let us not forget that George Bush said many years ago, the axis of evil. That included 2 out of the 3 countries he mentioned right here in this region.
Okay, I want to let Michael Axworthy come in for a moment, then we're going to move on.
I mean, we've been talking about Iraq. It strikes me, and I know a number of other people think the same way, that the position of the UK and the US forces in Iraq, delicate though it is, would have been quite impossible if the Iraqi Shias had seriously disputed their presence. Now, if Iran is fishing in these troubled waters so energetically and has got such influence with the Iraqi Shias and is so hell-bent on making trouble for the United States and the UK, why has that not happened 2 years ago? How come they're still there? I believe that if Iran had really had that influence and had really wanted to get the US and the UK out of Iraq, it could have done so within a year of the invasion.
Very good question. Very good question.
And a very brief answer, please.
It shows the resolve of the Iraqi people for democracy, that despite all these bombings, they go and vote in that election because they have hope.
And that's a good answer. But then Iran's influence with the Iraqi Shias is not what it's been claimed to be.
All right, we've come to that point in the proceedings where we're going to vote on the motion that Iran poses the greatest threat to security in the region. Would you take the voting devices, please? If you want to vote for the motion, will you press the yellow button, button 1? If you want to vote against, will you press button 2, the red button? And would you do that now? And we should have the result very shortly. Here we have the result coming up on the screen. 36.3% for the motion, 63.7% against. The motion has been decisively rejected. It just remains for me to thank our distinguished panelists. Some of them have come a very long way tonight. Thanks to you, the audience. Please do come back to us next month. The Doha Debates will be here with another edition. But for the moment, have a safe journey home. Good night. Thank you very much. Thank you.